Alright, sad news guys. There's going to be no docu-vlog this weekend due to the crappy weather that we're having in Vegas. But no fret, I still have a video for you. It's a little topic I'm a little passionate about. It's got something to do with video resolution. Let go. What's up everybody, it's PJ the Great, and today I want to talk to you guys about video resolution. Now, there's a reason why I don't shoot in 4K, I only shoot in 1080p, and I thought I would share that with you guys today and see what your thoughts are and share my opinions to kind of help you guys out. I know 4K is all the rave, everybody wants to shoot in it because it's so clear, it's so crispy, but I don't shoot in 4K, and there's a number of reasons why I don't shoot in 4K, and I don't think you necessarily have to shoot in 4K too. So hang on to your seats, listen to these little tips or opinions, I should say, about the whole 4K revolution, and I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Now, the first reason why I don't shoot in 4K is because of the file size. The file size for 4K resolution, depending on what kind of camera that you're shooting on, is going to be considerably higher than shooting in 1080p. So it's going to be eating up a lot more of your flash storage space that you're using in your camera, and then when you transfer it to your camera to where you're going to edit, it's going to take up a lot of space there too. 1080p doesn't really take up that much space. So that's one of the main reasons why I don't shoot in 4K, is because I have limited space. Of course I can get more space, but why when I don't really need it right now, and I don't want something as hungry as a 4K file eating up all of my hard drive space and all of my flash storage space, when 1080p to me is just fine. Another reason why I choose to shoot in 1080p instead of 4K is the workability of the files. Is that a word, workability? I think it is. Anyway, it's much easier to work with 1080p files than it is to work with 4K files, at least in my experience and the equipment that I'm using. I have a 2010 Mac Pro Tower, and I edit in Final Cut Pro 10. Now, it can handle 4K video just fine, but there's a little bit of a lag in there because I have an older machine, but I know it like powers through like 1080p video like it's nobody's business. Same thing with my 2012 MacBook Pro. They both can handle 4K video, don't get me wrong, but they breeze through 1080p like it's nobody's business. So that's another reason why I only shoot in 1080p and not 4K, is because I get my projects done a lot faster. I've worked with 4K files before, and it's taken me longer to edit those videos and to export those videos than it does in 1080p. So that's why your boy is living in 1080p. Well, at least two of the reasons why. Now, let's talk about the cameras that I have in my arsenal. That is another reason why I choose to shoot in 1080p and I don't shoot in 4K. Now, here's the slew of the cameras that I'm working with. Okay, so here is my Canon Vixia series camcorders. I have three of these guys. I have two right here, and I'm shooting on one right now. These three guys, they only shoot in 1080p. Okay, these three guys right here, these are what I call my daily vloggers. These are the cameras that I mainly shoot with when I'm shooting my vlogs. These three cameras, they all shoot 1080p. These two guys right here, these are my DSLRs. This is what I shoot a majority of my B-roll on, actually all of my B-roll on when I'm doing my docu-vlog series. These two bad boys shoot in 1080p. And last but not least, we have these two guys right here. This is my trusty iPhone 7 Plus. This is my Click Plus Action Cam. They both shoot in 1080p. Now, the difference between all these cameras here is this guy can shoot 4K. This guy can shoot 4K. This guy can shoot 4K. So, if I wanted to satisfy the need to shoot in 4K, I will only be left with these three devices. So I am not about to get rid of all of this and this camera that I'm shooting on and result to shooting on these three things and then upgrading just to get 4K quality, when I personally don't think 4K is really necessary. Now, let's talk about this little thing called consumption. When you're creating videos, like for myself, I'm creating videos for YouTube, and then I'm creating videos for like little side projects. When you think about how people consume their content, a majority of people are consuming on 1080p devices, 1080p monitors, 1080p TVs, tablets, computers. A majority of people are consuming on 1080p devices. So that's another reason why I don't think shooting at 4K is really going to be like necessary, at least not for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a 4K computer monitor. I also have a 4K TV. Now you would think, because I have those two things, I would be all for shooting at 4K, but I'm not. From my experience, when I'm watching 1080p content on my computer monitor or on my TV, to me at least, it looks just as crisp as someone who was shooting it in complete and total 4K. I honestly don't see the difference. I can go from watching an iJustine video that shoots everything in 4K, and then right after that go and watch a Casey Neistat video who switched back to 1080p, and as far as video quality is concerned, I don't see a difference. So that's another one of the main reasons why I continue to shoot in 1080p, and I'm not going to be moving to 4K anytime soon. Now, let's talk about those YouTubers that I brought up and a couple of more. Now, I have my favorite YouTubers that I like to watch on a consistent basis, like Casey Neistat, Jesse Wellens, Peter McKinnon, iJustine, as I mentioned, MKBHD, Nadeshot, the list goes on and on and on and on. Now, take this into consideration. Some of those people that I mentioned shooting 4K, some shooting 1080p. Now, I bet you if some odd, like strange reason, they decided they want to wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm only shooting at 720p moving forward. Now, if they said that, I can almost guarantee you they're not going to lose a single subscriber, and people are not going to just stop watching their content because they decided to start shooting in 720p. Now, I don't know why they would do something like that, but stick with me. This is the point that I'm getting at. Content is king, not video resolution. So if you're putting out a product that people are engaged with and they want to watch it and they continue to come back for more and more and more and more, the main thing that they're coming for is they're coming for your content. The video resolution is an afterthought. Now, don't get me wrong, don't after this video go run out and say, I'm gonna start shooting at 720p, because I'll never do that on purpose. I did it in the beginning. I'm not gonna go back to doing it. My point is, it's like 1080p and 4K. Nobody's gonna really care which one that you're shooting in, because you can have the crispiest footage on the planet in 4K, but if your content is not good, people are not gonna watch it. But if you shoot in 1080p and you have like the best content in the world, people are gonna come running in and they're gonna watch you for your content, not your video resolution. That's another reason, and one of the big reasons why I am not moving up to 4K anytime soon. So at the end of the day, my thoughts on the whole 4K 1080p thing, don't feel like you have to jump into that realm anytime soon. Now everybody's been like raving about this new Canon camera that just came out that finally gives you a mirrorless body that shoots in 4K. It crops a lot when you shoot in 4K, but everybody's been screaming, give me a Canon camera, mirrorless, compact, that I can vlog with so I can vlog in 4K. Don't worry about all that stuff, just worry about the content. I mean, that's all I do. I'm not gonna move up to 4K anytime soon, and I don't think anybody's gonna really, you know, bash you because you're shooting in 1080p. And if you want to move up to 1080p, hey, that's fine and dandy. but don't feel like you have to do it right away to keep up with the Joneses and keep up with what everybody else is doing, and everybody's moving their game up to 4K. There's nothing wrong with wanting to move up to 4K. Heck, I might even move up to 4K one day, but I'm not doing it now, and I don't feel the need or the rush to do so. And you shouldn't feel the same way either. 1080p is just fine. 720p on the other hand, I know I brought up that whole analogy, but I was just trying to get a point across. 1080p is just fine. Save 4K for another day when you have, you know, the bills to invest in a really good, proper 4K camera. Hey, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, do me a big old favor and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed already, I have a special for my viewers right here today. Subscriptions are now 100% off. Yeah, that means it's free. So go ahead and subscribe. It's not gonna cost you any money. It's just gonna cost you your time, and I promise I will never waste your time with any of my videos that I bring out to you guys. So hit that subscribe button and turn on that little bell so you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. And once again, I'm sorry, Mother Nature went against me and I couldn't get out and do a docu-vlog. I'm really excited about this new location. Can't wait to bring you guys along for the ride. But I am a wimp when it comes to cold weather, so I am not about to get out there in the cold Arctic winds, because I wouldn't put out a good product, because all I could think about would be is, when can I go home? It's cold and it's windy outside. So my apologies for that. Until the next time I see you, my name is PJ the Great, saying Audi 5000G. You see, this is what I'm dealing with, guys. That's the reason why I am not trying to go anywhere outside today. Nope.